just about everybody out here will go to get this thing rolling because we understand you guys have till about 1:15 or so. Or 2:15 or so, so you gotta go back to last year. Like I was telling you guys in the pre-show announcement, this is part of the big Action Sports anti-tobacco campaign program tour that we're doing. Going to high schools all across the United States, putting on some shows and talking to you guys, the youth of today, about the dangers of tobacco use. We're part of this group out of Los Angeles. We're called ASA Entertainment. What we do, we put on action sports shows and competitions all across the globe each and every year. This particular program that we're on right now, something that our company believes pretty strongly in. As a matter of fact, 2010 marks the 11th year of us going on the road and doing these shows for high school students. Now the Marines, they're picking up the tab for this entire program. They provide the funding that allows us to go into schools and do this. But our cause partner, the main reason we can come out here and talk to you guys in the first place, because of this group called the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. So basically, when these guys are riding, I'm going to be talking to you guys about all sorts of things related to tobacco. And if you're paying attention, to can win you some free stuff because at the end of the show, we do a little bit of anti-tobacco trivia. See who's listening to the stuff I'm going to be talking about out here today. Now, that's the message portion of things. As far as the riding portion is concerned, these 5 guys on the ramp, 5 of the best in the world at what they do. These are some of the exact same riders you see on TV on things like the X Games or the Deer Tour. They're going to be doing their thing for you the next half hour, and they like to hear you guys making some noise out there. You see them doing something you like, don't be afraid to put those hands together, give them a shout, do whatever it takes, but make it loud, and let them know you're enjoying the show. My job in that time frame, I'll be calling out some trick names, giving you some stats on the riders, and of course, talking to you guys about all sorts of things related to tobacco. That being said, we are ready to roll. We're going to get the fellas out here right now and introduce them to you one by one. We're going to start it off on the BMX side of things. One of 3 BMX riders we got featured for you in the show out here today, but he's going to be showing you a slightly different aspect of what his sport is all about. Now, the other 2 guys on the bikes, they're going to be launching themselves out of this ramp. This gentleman right here, all of his tricks are going to take place strictly on the bottom of the ramp. It's a very technical, very unique style of riding. It's known as flatland riding in the world of freestyle BMX. Now, over the next 25 minutes, half hour or so, you're going to see him walking all over that bike. He'll be doing tricks on the front tire, on the back tire. He'll be making the frame of that bike spin around underneath him. And every now and then, you may actually see him ride that thing upside down. What it's all about, you want to go out and pull up the various tricks as you see him doing right here, but no matter how tangled up you get on the bike, no matter where those feet wind up, you want to find your way out of each and every one of these tricks, get the bike right side up, get your feet back on those pedals without touching down on the ground. Now that sounds like a pretty simple concept, but nothing could be further from the truth. This stuff is technical, it's frustrating, probably the toughest aspect of his sport that there is today, and the guy makes it look easy. Been doing it for 14 years, hands down one of the best showrunners in the business. He's out of Reno, Nevada. Put your hands together for Gabe Weed getting it started for us out here this afternoon. Well, that was Flatland BMX getting ready to roll in right now. One of the 2 guys holding down the vertical BMX duties for us out here today. He is what I call the all-terrain rider. Nowadays in freestyle BMX, you'll find a guy that can excel in 1, maybe 2 areas of his sport. Very rarely do you find a guy that can ride all aspects of the sport and ride it well. You name it, this guy can do it. Vert, street, dirt, mini rims. He's even got some pretty impressive flatland skills as well. Now, he started off his pro career as a pretty accomplished park/street rider, and after several years of that, set his sights on vert riding, and rose quickly through the ranks in that aspect of the sport. And he's known for his technical skill on the bike. He's out of Orlando, Florida. Put your hands together for Tom Haugen. Getting ready to jump in right now. The one guy getting the job done for us on the skateboard. He's one of the veterans in this sport, and he is strictly what we call a vert skater. If you don't know what that means, that term short for vertical. It means he's strictly a half-pipe rider when it comes to shows and competitions. Now, he spent his career traveling all across North America, competing in major events as well as performing in shows. Maybe you've seen him on TV in the past on things like the X-Trials or the B3 series, or maybe you've seen him here in your neck of the woods doing shows on the Vans Warped Tour. He's all the way from Philadelphia. Make some noise for Jay Stevenson. Getting ready to roll in right now and rounding out the BMX side of things. Another one of the veterans in that sport, and he, just like our skateboarder, also strictly a vertical competitor. Now, he's known for a couple of things when it comes to competition. Number 1, he's known for his consistency. There's a lot of pressure when you see these guys competing on TV, things like the X Games and the Dew Tour, and he's known for getting the job done time and time again. He's also known for the impressive height at which he will do his tricks. That being said, you're going to see him launching to get 7, 8, maybe even 9 feet or more onto this ramp of ours throughout the course of the show. From the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, how about a big round of applause for Jay Eggleston. And last but definitely not least, rounding out the order here today, the one guy getting the job done on the inline skates for us. He happens to be the most dominant competition skater in the history of his sport. Anytime he steps on a ramp in a major event, you can bet good money that he's going to be walking away with a top 3 finish. He is one of the smoothest and most stylish skaters when it comes to the inline world. And he also happens to be a 3-time X Games gold medalist. He's all about the rotational tricks. He's a long way from home. He's all the way from Kobe, Japan. Let's hear it for Eito Yasutoko. Well, there you go. You got a chance to meet the boys. You know just a little bit about them. So right now, I'm going to cut them loose and let them do their thing. And the way we run our show is what we call a jam session. It means these guys can get out here and take as few or as many runs as they want. And like I told you at the top of the show, they like to hear you making some noise out there. So come on, let's get loud for Gabe and the rest of the crew. Let them know you're having a good time. Because that's how it works. They hear you guys screaming and yelling and carrying on out there. Let them know you're all having some fun. And when that happens, you get the adrenaline pumping. And then you never know what these guys are liable to do for you out here this afternoon. Now, part of my job, I get to introduce you to riders, give you some stats on them, and give you a reason to care about what they're doing. But the other part of my job out here today, I get to talk to you guys about something pretty important, and that is about the dangers of tobacco use. Like I said before, we're part of a company out of Los Angeles. We're called ASA Entertainment. What we do, we put on action sports shows and competitions all across the globe each and every year. Now, 2010 marks the 11th year of us going out on the road and doing these high school tours. We do this every year, twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. You guys are week number 7 of an 11-week run this year. We started this thing off right after Labor Day in Denver, Colorado. Then we were in Minneapolis, Chicago, Cleveland, Columbus. We were in St. Louis last week, Greater San Antonio area this week, and then the final 4 weeks are right here in Texas. We go to Houston, then Fort Worth, Dallas, and we wrap it all up in Austin. Now, the Marines, they're the title sponsor of the tour, 3rd year in a row with us sponsoring this tour, and they provide the funding that allows us to go into schools and do this for free. You can visit them at 1-800-Marines or Marines.com. But our cause partner, and the main reason we get to come out here and talk to you guys in the first place, is because of this group out of Washington, D.C. that are known as the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. Now, they are one of many anti-tobacco organizations here in the United States, but the folks over at the Campaign, they're trying to reduce the number of youth smokers that we have here in this country. Hence the title, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. Now, as you guys all well know, it's against the law for the tobacco companies to market or sell their products to people under the age of 18 in this country. Yet, every single year, they're trying to figure out sneaky little subversive ways to get around those laws. They're trying to guerrilla market. They're trying to make that stuff look cool. Why do they do that? Because those tobacco company executives, they look at you guys, the youth of today, as tomorrow's potential customer. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your well-being. They care about one single thing, and that is turning you into a potential lifelong customer at a young age. They figure if they can get you hooked on their stuff at a young age, turn you into a lifelong customer, they line their pockets. They're making money. They're getting rich. That's their ultimate goal. That's why we have organizations like the Campaign. They're trying to right that wrong. They're trying to fight fire with fire. Use events like this to show you a good time, give you the facts, and hopefully you guys will make the right decision when it comes